Good afternoon. Honorable Chief Guest, Union Minister for State, Science and Technology, Shri. I've just checked with him. He's a doctorate also. He holds a doctorate, so I can call him Dr. Y.S. Chaudhary. Dr. Y.S. Chaudhary Garu. Honorable Dr. Mashelkar, sir, it's a privilege. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be in your company. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And thank you for gracing this occasion, sir. Also, the host of this event, Director of IICT, Dr. Chandrasekhar Garu, thank you very much for offering us IICT. Thank you very much for your hospitality. To the Director General of RICH, Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad, Professor Ajit Rangnekar. I know Ajit, post your voluntary retirement from Indian School of Business, you've had numerous people pursuing you. But thank you so much, Ajit, for accepting this, for honestly leading this effort, because I think it's truly wonderful that you've taken up this, and now this gives all of us in the room, in fact, immense confidence that this initiative will definitely be as successful as it is envisioned and as it has been propagated all morning today. Thank you. Dr. Satish Reddy Garu, you need no introduction to the city of Hyderabad. You made us all proud, and today we are extremely delighted that you are now advising Honorable Raksha Mantri himself. And as a proud Hyderabadi, I'm glad that you're delivering on the promise you made to me about 1 year ago. He had told me very clearly that Hyderabad would be getting about 100,000 or 1 lakh crores of rupees in aerospace and defense sector. I'm delighted that you've already delivered on 30% of it. I'm looking forward to the remaining 70% as well. Thank you, Satish Garu. To our advisor to the state government, Honorable ex-IAS Paparao Garu, thank you, sir, for guiding us all along. Jayesh Ranjan, thanks for everything that you've been doing, and thanks for everything that you're going to be doing over the next 3 years also in advance. Dr. Tessie Thomas, madam, I was very short and sweet to whatever you've said, but you did not want to speak, but I was very, very sure and confident that even if you had said only one sentence, it would have been very meaningful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for gracing the occasion. Varaprasad Reddy Garu, sir, thank you. In fact, you had told me that it was Shivratri and you had, you had other plans, but my persuasion probably, or coercion, or whatever it was, I think it worked, and thank you very much for gracing this occasion. Thank you so much, sir. Quid pro quo, yes, sir. మీరు నా కోసం ఏదైనా చేస్తే నేను మీకోసం చేస్తా అని చెప్పాను, తప్పకుండా సార్. Thank you very much, sir. Very, very kind of you. Dr. G.N. Rao, your institution, your reputation in the industry, your amazing work, and the kind of passion you bring, even after 30 years of launching something as world-class as LVPEI, is something for all of us. I don't want to call myself a youngster because I'm already over the hill. I'm already over 40, but still. Yes, sir. Thank you for also including me in your group. It's always a delight to meet you, Jian, and thank you very much for coming in. G.V. Prasad Garu, thank you so much. As a primary industry anchor and industry partner of RICH, we're delighted that an organization like DRL is headquartered in Hyderabad, and I do believe and I do hope sincerely that you will become a world-class name, which you already are, but I think even stronger name in the future as well. Dr. David Bergvinson, thanks for launching iHub. You had told me that iHub stands for everything, and today I think you've made it very clear that all these collaboration is only expected to bring in an impact. That's exactly what RICH is set out to do. Thank you very much, David, for gracing the occasion. To the British High Commissioner, as I call him, he's actually the Deputy High Commissioner, but I keep upgrading him every time I see him. So Andrew, thank you very much for partnering with this, and thank you very much for also saying that UK and India have a lot of synergies, especially on these sectors that we're trying to actually bring about a change in. Dr. Mishra, CCMB is an institute that I've always looked up to. As a student of biology and biotechnology and life sciences, CCMB is a much respected institution, and I'm really delighted that the institute is a part of this effort as well. Thank you very much. And to all the people I haven't named, including Srini Raju Garu, and to all the eminent scientists, to all the wonderful people, the extraordinary minds in this room, and to entire team of information technology and industry from the government of Telangana, and to my friends from the media, very, very good morning and a good afternoon already, I think. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion. I actually have a written speech, but I'm not going to stick to it. I think because enough has been said about what Rich is expected to do, what we're trying to achieve here, and what we're trying to accomplish here. Everybody talked about the three things in Rich. Rich stands for Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad. Satish Reddy Garu spoke about Hyderabad and how it has a fantastic ecosystem, and so did other speakers before me. Research and innovation have also been talked about at length by all the eminent speakers before me. I think one of the things that was not touched upon was the circle part of the Rich. Let me try to close in that loop. What are we trying to accomplish here? We all know research is the bedrock of innovation, and we have a number of wonderful world-class research institutions in our city of Hyderabad. What we're trying to achieve by way of Rich is essentially trying to bring about the closure of that loop. The loop I'm talking about is, the circle I'm talking about is research to market, market to industry, industry to prosperity, and prosperity to jobs. I think that's extremely important in the world that we live in today. Let me just repeat it again. Research to market, market to industry, industry to prosperity, and prosperity which should result eventually in job creation. That's exactly what we are trying to accomplish as a government here. As was mentioned earlier, Hyderabad has a fabulous ecosystem of institutions of national and international repute in a variety of disciplines. We have ICRISAT headquartered here. The International Crop Research Institute, which is headquartered, world headquarters is right here. We also have a number of wonderful defense, aerospace laboratories, number of scientific institutions, CCMB, IICT, CFTRI, NIN, and numerous others that we have them right here. Let me just quickly tell you what all I've learned in the last couple of years as Minister of Industry and Information Technology. I've been raised in Hyderabad. I've lived here for the last 40 years, nearly. A lot of things, in fact, that I did not know about, I've learned in the last couple of years. For example, I did not know that Hyderabad essentially was the life sciences capital of India. Hyderabad is the bulk drugs capital of India. Hyderabad is where more than 35% of pharmaceuticals in India are manufactured. In fact, last time I met Shanta Biotech's Varaprasad Reddy Garu, I was telling him that Hyderabad is where more than 20% of global vaccines are manufactured. He corrected me. He said it's nearly 40%. Nearly 40% of world vaccines today are manufactured in our own city of Hyderabad. These are all the hidden facets that I did not know about. Likewise, when it comes to other sectors such as aerospace and defense, I did not know up until I became a minister. As a civilian, I still am a civilian, but until I actually assumed office, I did not know that Hyderabad had numerous. I, of course, knew that there were these labs, but Hyderabad, I did not know, had amazing abilities in the aerospace and defense sector. In fact, as was mentioned by Dr. Satish Reddy, Hyderabad today, in fact, has not only 30,000 plus people working in the aerospace and defense ecosystem. In fact, Hyderabad also has nearly, as was mentioned earlier, 1,000 small and medium enterprises in the aerospace and defense sector. When ISRO sent MOM, the Mars Orbiter mission, more than 30% of the components were manufactured in our own city of Hyderabad by the SME sector in the aerospace and defense fields. Donald Trump, President of the United States, might say, I want every single company to manufacture in America, and I want every single American to be employed. Of course, that's his job as the President of the United States. But I should share with you that the President of America's, Donald Trump's, helicopter cabin today is manufactured in Hyderabad. I don't know how many of you know that. I didn't know about it till about 2 years ago. Sikorsky is in Hyderabad, and in a joint venture with Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they manufacture President of the United States his own helicopter cabin right here. Likewise, I did not know that Hyderabad had a very strong defense ecosystem, which has enabled some very small and medium homegrown companies to be directly competing with someone as big as Lockheed Martin. someone as big as Raytheon, someone as big as Rolls-Royce. These are amazing stories which are unfolding. And then IT, I don't think I need to say anymore because I do believe most of us are in the know-how, that if you look at the top 5 most valued technology companies in the world, among the top 5, 4 of them have chosen Hyderabad as their largest base outside of United States. That would include Google, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft. If you look at top 10, you would also have Amazon, you would also have Uber, Salesforce, whose largest bases outside of their headquarters are in our city of Hyderabad. What is it that I'm trying to get at? We have all these amazing strengths cutting across disciplines, cutting across different fields. But unfortunately, we all seem to be operating in silos. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao, whenever he talks to us, whenever he advises us, whenever he guides us, whenever he gets the chance to interact with the Industries and Commerce Department, he never fails to remind us. Whenever he sits with anybody who has the know-how of technology or science, he never fails to remind us of one thing. He always says, any science or technology which cannot bring about a societal impact, which cannot bring about a social change, is futile. With all due respect to all the wonderful and extraordinary scientists in the room, our Honorable Chief Minister believes that unless you're able to bring about a practicality and a societal impact in an emerging country like India, the kind of research we engage in, the kind of science we engage in, will, if it only confines itself to the labs and scientific journals, then it certainly does not serve the complete purpose for which science was founded. So therefore, what are we trying to achieve here? What we're trying to achieve is combine the capacity of the human intellect that is available in our own wonderful city of Hyderabad and eventually possibly extend it pan-India and ensure that greater collaboration, greater convergence happens, and then we deliver on some tangible goals that we set for ourselves. Let me just give you an example of what is achievable, what is doable if we all apply our human intellect, collective human intellect together. I've recently, last month it was, in January, I visited 2 amazing nations, which was a great experience for me. South Korea, Republic of Korea, and Japan. 2 amazing countries, Asian countries, not too far, not too distant in terms of culture. Very, very similar, in fact, in a lot of ways to India. 2 amazing, amazing stories. Let's start with Japan. Japan is a country which, unlike any other country on the planet, has had to go through the catastrophic experience of a nuclear attack. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, I think everybody knows, in 1950s. It's a country today whose population is 12 crores. It's a country which has got a lot of geographical and natural challenges. Seismologically, it's in one of the most unstable locations, frequent earthquakes, frequent tsunamis, and very inhospitable terrain, not a lot of natural resources. But what this country has been able to achieve with a population of 12 crores, in spite of all the obstacles that I've just mentioned in the last 5 decades, is something that the world needs to learn and imbibe from. Just by sheer virtue of human intellect, this country, which was subject to a nuclear attack, has been able to grow itself into the 3rd largest, up until recently it was the 2nd largest, economy in the world. Today, everybody sitting in this room is aware, is conscious, or must be using at least one of the Japanese products which are truly world-class. Sony, Panasonic, Mitsubishi, Toyota, Honda, I can go on and on, the list goes on. I'm sure most of your labs where you engage in research have a number of these wonderful products from different Japanese companies. Point I'm trying to make is, in spite of all the obstacles, in spite of all the challenges, this country has been able to transcend all of them, overcome all these challenges, and today has been able to assert its dominance economically. The 3rd largest economy in the world by sheer virtue of its human intellect. Now, imagine the possibilities if India does the same thing. We have the largest workforce on the planet. We have the largest young population on the planet. More than 65% of India, whose current population is 1.3 billion, is less than the age group of 35. We have the largest workforce on the planet. We have the largest human intellect on the planet. And we have number of achievers. Our history, our civilization, it goes to show you. Amazing achievers, amazing scientists, amazing philosophers have come from our own country. Unfortunately, if you look at it, of late, we did not really have many enterprises, many entrepreneurial ideas come through our country, especially in the last few decades. Now, that is exactly what we're trying to change here. RICH is an effort to try and bring about this synergy, to try and ensure the human intellect that we possess in such large number is actually harnessed to the fullest. Another example is Korea, Republic of Korea, whose population is only 5.8 crores. Only 5.8 crores. No natural resources. In fact, 70% of the country is uninhabitable. It's a largely urban country. 92% of the population resides in 30% of the geographical expanse. The geographical expanse is only 100,000 square kilometers. In fact, Telangana is bigger geographically than Republic of Korea. We are 114,000 square kilometers. But this country, with a population of 5.8 crores, again, no natural resources, today has again delivered by virtue of its human intellect. Today they have been able to produce world-class products. Samsung, Kia, LG, Hyundai, several brand names, so very, very well received and well known in India. All again by virtue of human intellect. Now that goes to show you the kind of power, if you harness it well, if you actually are able to drive innovation, drive disruption into the way we think, what can be accomplished and what can be achieved. That's exactly what Rich is said to accomplish and Rich is said to target. Now, having said that, we all know, we all keep saying, research is the bedrock of innovation. And we also keep lamenting that not enough research is funded in India by the governments. Yes, we are an emerging nation. We don't have the wherewithal, we don't have the kind of same bandwidth as, say, United States or Japan in terms of funding our universities, in terms of funding our amazing institutes where amazing research work is going on. Yes, I hear this a lot from the scientific community, that if only our government was more supportive in terms of funding, we could also come out with world-class inventions. Yes, but that is the challenge we have. We do have the ability, we do have the skills, but unfortunately we don't have the wherewithal, we don't have the capital that is much required. And that's where I think convergence, collaboration has to step in and has to make this learning curve that much more shorter. If you think about it for a second, I think what's extremely important for us to understand is, most of us, in fact, I'm probably going to get a lot of brickbats for this, but I'm going to go ahead and say that anyway. Even IICT and CCMB, who are right next to each other, I don't know if you guys collaborate as much as you should be. I'm not too sure. We all operate in silos, unfortunately. Well, why talk about IICT and CCMB? I'll talk about my own government and my own departments. The right hand does not know what the left hand is doing, unfortunately. That's the reality of our society today. We operate in silos. We operate with blinders. Now, that is something Ajit and his team will be trying to change a bit as much as we can. Try and bring about that convergence. Try and bring about a sense of purpose. Try and ensure that this wonderful research that happens in your labs is actually commercialized. Try and ensure that most of this amazing work that you do has a societal impact as well. So this is what we've decided to touch upon. Now, last thing I'll say before I quit. Honorable Minister for Science and Technology is here. We had a great interaction with him and also his member secretary some time back. Satish Reddy Garu and others who spoke before me had mentioned that Hyderabad has the largest number of defense and science labs. We have more than 50 if you add them together. But sir, I would also like to put it on record and let you know, your member secretary, Dr. Mittal, had also mentioned, we not only have the largest number of scientific labs, science labs, we also have the largest number of incubators in the country today. ICRISAT having one, and IIT Hyderabad having one, and CCMB now opening its own innovation lab. Today, we have nearly 20 incubators in our city of Hyderabad, which is the largest in the country for any city. So we're very proud that as a city, as was put by Satish Reddy Garu, the heart of science and technology in this country, we definitely are not only the synonymous with scientific research, we also want to be synonymous with innovation and disruption. And therefore, in fact, I've requested MOD as well, Raksha Mantri ji as well, to set up his defense incubator. I'll request. Fantastic. So So Satish, I request you, sir, to also bless us by way of endorsing it, by way of guiding Honorable Raksha Mantri to get it our way as well. We're extremely delighted that such large number of extraordinary minds have gathered in this room. And I do believe that if we put all of our human intellect collectively together with a sense of purpose to make a societal impact, I think larger good for this country can definitely be accomplished. Thank you very much for this opportunity once again, and thank you.